I'm Ken Harrison. I was General Superintendent with Akman Construction and a personal friend of Rady Akman, and worked with the company for 40 plus years. It was a great honor, great honor. From a hands-on construction-orientated perspective, quality had no compromise. The integrity of the company was never, ever questioned by any of the people on our job sites or on our projects. We knew that we're only as good as our last job, so every job, every completion, every turnover, it was critical that we did our best, that the job stood alone, that everyone realized it.
I'm Barb Gamby, I'm the co-founder of Payworks, and we're sitting this morning in our new head office at 80 Payworks Way. Over 15 years ago, Payworks purchased our first building, 1565 Wilson Place, and it was an older building. Akman Construction walked through and said, with the renovation, this building can be everything you want it to be. It was about 46,000 square feet, and through their attention to detail and the renovation, we were there for over 7 years. The experience we had through that renovation told me everything I needed to know about the level of detail, the respective schedule and budget, and the crew that we had on site. When it was time for us to think about building a new building, I didn't even contemplate talking to anyone else because our renovation experience was so fantastic.
Everything Richie did with the development of the company, with his home life, revolved around his children. His whole mindset, he may not have portrayed it, but everything had to do with how Jamie and Jared would go forward in life.
Growing up, I remember as a kid driving around the city and seeing A. Akman and Son signs. And at the time, I don't think I really understood what it meant, but I knew I felt proud. It was kind of cool to see our last name. And now it's come full circle. Every time we drive by Payworks, which is quite often, my kids yell, "There's Papa's building." And I think still to this day, my 5-year-old son believes that his Papa built the building with his own hands, and I'm not in a hurry to correct him.
Richie talked about his grandchildren, and I talked about my grandchildren. And I think the common connection was that we both had this wonderful lake life that we were giving our grandkids, and we wanted to be remembered for the experiences we were creating for our grandkids at the lake.
The lake was a huge part of my dad. You know, even today, going out there, it's impossible not to sort of feel his presence out there and think about that.
As we've gotten older and now we have our kids at the lake, it's super fun to see them doing what we did and enjoying their time on the water and in the boat and hanging out with their friends on the dock. It's been really special.
This is one of my favorite memories. So we were going on a boat ride near rocks. I caught a huge pickerel about this size, and my dad helped me reel it in.
Have you ever gone fishing? Do you fish too?
Yeah, but I never get fishing. It looks like they don't like me.
One of the things that I did to remind me of Richie on a regular basis is we installed fish wallpaper in the staff room on the second floor, and it's a depiction of all fish that you would catch in Manitoba, and every time I look by, I smile, and I know that Richie's here in the building watching us. Richie and I had the opportunity to talk about multi-generational businesses on several occasions. And we talked about the importance of aligning values with your next generation. And I believe that Jared is in a wonderful place to continue the legacy of Akman Construction, because I think the alignment between the history of the company and where Jared is today is perfect.
Jared is, in the day when we had to let our actions speak for themselves, Jared now is going on the foundation where he can tell people what he can do for them, and he knows damn well he's going to be able to support it and follow through with it and get it done.
I know Jared was very proud of his work and Akman's work in Chesed Shalemes. It is a place that will touch every member of our Jewish community. The renovation of Shared Zedek has been really monumental for our community and has been delivered to the community at an integral time in terms of where we are at as Jewish people. And the renovation turned out so beautiful. I think it exceeded everybody's expectations.
I still remember the energy that came with bidding for jobs. I remember the stress. I remember all the hard work it took hearing about the proposals, hearing about the prepping for interviews, and then of course waiting to hear if they got the job and celebrating if they did. It wasn't always about winning, it was always about all the hard work that went into it.
To have this time, this night, this moment where the community comes out to honor the Akman family, it's not just for what they've done, it's what they represent going forward.
In the context of why we're here in terms of honoring the family, it's clear that the Akmans have a long-standing legacy within the Winnipeg community to the landscape and the skyline of our city. When I think in terms of Jared, he's starting his journey now as a leader, and his legacy is still being formed, and there's a lot that we can expect to see from Jared in the future.
Congratulations, Jackie and Jared and Leanne and Jamie and Sky and the entire Akman family. I'd like you to take a moment and just take this evening in and relax and enjoy and celebrate with us tonight.
I'm really proud of you, Jer. This year has been full of transitions and challenges, and you've taken them all on, and I really admire that about you.
Mazel tov on this honor. It is so well-deserved, and your impact in the community has meant so much and continues to mean so much to so many people. So thank you.
I think you've done a great job. You came a long way. Congratulations. I love you.